What if I told you that you could walk into a room full of strangers and within just 60 seconds have them rooting for you? No, you don't need a movie star smile, a perfect body, or $1 million in the bank. In fact, the most powerful psychological trick to make people like you is so counterintuitive that most people do the exact opposite. Usually, when we want someone to like us, we try to impress them. We talk about our achievements, we try to be funny, or we offer to do things for them. But psychology shows that this is actually a mistake. If you want to build an instant connection, you don't need to do something for them. You need to get them to do something for you. Welcome to the world of the Benjamin Franklin effect, a psychological glitch in the human brain that turns strangers into friends and enemies into allies. Today, we're breaking down the 3 mind hacks that will change your social life forever. If you've ever felt invisible in a conversation or struggled to make a good first impression, stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll have a social superpower. Let's start with the big one, the favor. Most people think that if they do a favor for someone, that person will like them more. It makes sense, right? But back in the 1700s, Benjamin Franklin discovered something strange. He had a political rival who hated him. Instead of trying to win him over with kindness or arguments, Franklin asked the man for a favor. He asked to borrow a very rare book from the man's library. The rival sent it, Franklin read it, and returned it with a thank you note. The next time they met, the man was incredibly friendly. They remained friends for life. Why did this work? It's a concept called cognitive dissonance. Your brain hates it when your actions and your thoughts don't match. When you do a favor for someone, your brain thinks, wait, why am I helping this person? I usually only help people I like. Therefore, I must like this person. By asking for a tiny, low-stakes favor, like asking for the time, asking for a recommendation on what to order, or asking someone to hold your drink for a second, you are forcing their brain to subconsciously categorize you as a friend. You aren't being a burden, you are giving them a psychological reason to trust you. But the favor is just the foot in the door. To truly make someone like you instantly, you need to use the echo technique. Have you ever talked to someone and felt like they weren't really listening even though they were nodding? That's because they weren't mirroring you. Humans are biologically wired to seek out people who are similar to them. It's a survival instinct. The echo technique is simple. Subtly repeat the last 2 or 3 words someone just said, but as a question. If someone says, "I had such a stressful day at the office," don't just say, "Oh, that sucks." Say, "At the office?" This does 2 things. First, it proves you are listening. Second, it encourages them to expand on their story. When people talk about themselves, their brain releases a massive hit of dopamine, the same chemical released by good food or winning money. By using the echo technique, you become the source of that dopamine. They will leave the conversation thinking you are the most interesting person they've ever met, even though they did 90% of the talking. Now, let's talk about the Pratfall effect. Many of us are terrified of making mistakes. We want to appear perfect, smart, and composed. But perfection is actually intimidating. It creates a wall. A famous study by psychologist Elliot Aronson found that people who are highly competent but make a small, clumsy mistake, like spilling a little bit of coffee or tripping over a word, are rated as significantly more likable than people who are perfect. Why? Because mistakes make you human. They make you relatable. When you show a tiny bit of vulnerability, it signals to the other person that it's safe for them to drop their guard too. If you try to be perfect, the other person feels like they have to compete with you. If you are imperfect, they feel like they can connect with you. So don't be afraid to laugh at your own blunders. It's not a sign of weakness, it's a psychological magnet. The final piece of the puzzle is the identity label. If you want someone to act like a friend, treat them like they already are one. This is known as alter casting. Instead of saying, "Could you help me with this?" try saying, "I know you're the kind of person who's always helpful. Could you give me a hand?" By giving them a positive label, helpful, expert, or open-minded, they will subconsciously work hard to live up to that label. People have a deep internal need to be consistent with how they are perceived. If you tell someone they are a great listener, they will actually listen to you more intently just to prove you right. In a world full of people trying to be cool and unreachable, the person who is genuinely interested, slightly vulnerable, and knows how to trigger the brain's liking chemicals is the person who wins. These tricks aren't about manipulating people. They are about removing the barriers that stop us from connecting. We are all social creatures, but our brains are often stuck in defensive mode. Your job is to switch that mode from stranger danger to social connection. So, the next time you meet someone new, don't try to impress them. Ask for a small favor, mirror their words, laugh at your own blunders, and most importantly, give them a reason to feel good about themselves. Because at the end of the day, people won't remember what you said or what you wore. They will remember how they felt when they were with you. And once you master these mind tricks, you'll realize that likability isn't a gift you're born with. It's a skill you can master.